Okay, guys, what is up? So excited to be here with you again. We are at day 2 of Q1 Profit Systems Marriedpreneur Masterclass. Now, this is your 5-day experience where you're going to have a daily challenge, which is going to be no more than 10 minutes or so to get transformational results by the end of this week. So we're glad you're here. If you made it back with us, so glad you're here. Also, before we go into what today is all about, I want to let you know, you may have already seen it in your email, but there is an extra resource for those of you high achievers who want more information, want more detail, want more support. We've given you a resource, which is one of the episodes of the Marriedpreneur Podcast that will be helpful as we're going through different steps each day. We'll be offering different resources so you can go deeper should you desire to. Okay, with that being said...
Yeah, so this is all today is all about the MEP, what we call the Marriedpreneur Enrichment Plan. This Marriedpreneur Enrichment Plan is all about you all prioritizing your marriage so that it doesn't become slave to the business.
Yeah. And in short, we really call it the marriage enrichment plan. So before we get to the business part of it, it's really critical that we build out the expectation for our marriage. Now, why do we do this? Well, yesterday we went over the Marriedpreneur vision statement, right? It's one thing to get clear on that. I'm sure that was a lot of fun, a lot of insightful experiences within that conversation, right? Well, what do you do now? Like, what do you do now that you all have these words that you're going to, put before you and say, okay, this is what we're working on in our marriage. This is what we're working towards in our business. Now what? Well, this is the actionable step to help support that Marriedpreneur vision. So first we're starting off with what? The marriage. And then later on, we'll get to the business another day. Okay, so with that being said, we'll break down for you the marriage enrichment plan. It really is it's a unique and specific and intentional way to make deposits in your marriage so that your Marriedpreneur vision is supported.
Yeah, when your Marriedpreneur vision is supported, it's amazing what that does for you all as you all are building the business.
Yes.
Really helping you to enjoy the journey together. And I know this is something that we've had to learn to be intentional about. It wasn't always that way, but we've had to learn to make it that way so that we really could build out this legacy together.
Yeah, and don't go real deep with it. You can pick a few items for Q1. Now, this is really a shorter version of our Marriedpreneur operating system. So we're just giving you the quarterly, but there's a whole system to walk you through the annual part, what that looks like. But let's just go over the quarter one. It won't take long if you just look at okay, what do we have remaining time for the rest of this quarter? And then what are the intentional investments that we're going to make into our marriage? And now let's go over some examples. So for example, one of our words for our Marriedpreneur vision has been and was and is still today the word fun.
Fun is one of those words, and there's things that we've done to facilitate in making sure that we're having fun. Yeah.
Go for some examples. So it doesn't have to be all big whatever, it can be big if you desire, but
it doesn't have to be.
It doesn't have to be. So one of the things that we've never done before that we wanted to have the experience of doing together was apple picking. So we
drove up to Vermont.
Yep.
Pick some apples, and there's all kinds of apples. It was a learning lesson about apples, but it was also a lot of fun because you've never done it before.
That was for us. That was fun to us. Another thing is you surprised us one date night with the getting motorized scooters.
Yeah, we hopped on some scooters, went zipping through the neighborhood, and
she
didn't know that was the intention. So we parked the car, pulled out, jumped up,
what were we doing?
rented the scooters, and off we were.
Yes, amazing, so much fun. Or when we rode rented some bikes and rode along the Delaware River, and just so much fun. So
soaked in the environment, the nature. Nature around us. So yeah, it's those are just some examples of fun, but you all have to define and find out what is going to be fun for you all and make that happen. And the MEP is how you make that happen.
Yeah. Another example, one of our other words for our marriage has been and is still oneness.
Yeah. Making sure that we are really in sync, that we're communicating, and that we're really sharing in our feelings and just really growing through life as a married couple in business together.
And not turning into roommates.
Because we've done that as well.
We ain't going back there. So what we decide to do is say, okay, oneness is one of our words. So there's certain things, like you can either go to an event or make your own event up. One of our made up events is reading through different marriage books together and discussing them, how we can learn from them or implement them, the principles.
Yeah, another one is we've we were and still are in marriage counseling, and that really helps us to facilitate talking through complex issues, not always to solve a problem, but to really stave problems off and really get out in front of issues. And that's been very helpful for our oneness.
And we also like go to different marriage events that are going to, we invest in that are going to support that marriedpreneur vision that we have. So whenever we're looking at different things at the beginning of the year and planning out for the year, we're like, oh, look at this retreat, or look at that. Well, let's see what they're talking about. Let's see what the focus is and make sure that it's in alignment. So it's just a litmus test, and it's made such a difference in our marriage. And ultimately, it makes a big difference in our business. And it doesn't even matter if you're in the same business or not, or one spouse is in the business and the other supporting, or whatever, like the situation may be. It doesn't matter. It's like, first and foremost, we're married. So making sure that we're good and we're growing in the right direction. So that's your assignment for today. I wasn't timing it, so hopefully we're at the 10-minute mark.
I think we are.
Or under. Go ahead and go over what your MEP is going to be. Pick out a few things that you're going to do that are going to support your marriedpreneur vision. Put that information inside of the Google form, which is anonymous, so nobody even knows who you are. And then you can take a look at the responses to be encouraged, inspired, and allow your responses to also encourage and inspire others as well too. We'll also put another resource in for those who want to go deeper, and we'll look forward to seeing you on day 3.
All right.